Welcome everyone to my mom's channel. This is Biscuit, and I want to welcome you to Simply Blessed Crafts. There's going to be a playlist in the description, and I want everyone to make sure you go check out these wonderful girls. I'm getting so excited. Mom promised me that she's going to make me a toy so I can chew it up. Please make sure you go check it out in the playlist. Happy crafting, everyone. Bye. DIY number 1. So here I am just starting to take off the plastic from these little plaques that I got from Dollar Tree. I also take off all the other accessories like these little hangers and stuff like that. We don't need those. I take out the little picture thing inside of them, and we're gonna cover both of them with this scrapbook paper that I got, and then we're just gonna cut it out. At first I was gonna use the little tabs, but I decided I was gonna take those out, and then I'm just gonna glue it down. I didn't want the little black things to show. I didn't want that to be part of the project, so we're just gonna I just took a little pliers and just pulled them right out. They came right out. Very simple. And then I just grabbed my hot glue gun and glued them right down to the inside here. And they stuck down just fine. So this here, I took Pennies from Heaven. It's actually a copper patina, and I painted all of these little sticks here. These are actually painter's sticks that I got from Amazon. And then I'm gonna grab these cutting mats. These came from Dollar Tree. They come 2 in a pack. And I started measuring from the outside. My original plan was to do from the outside, but I'm not sure why I did that, because I actually like the frame of this, so I really wasn't thinking, but it turns out better anyway. The finish on the little plaques actually was very slick, so they weren't sticking when I first started doing this anyway, but when I just cut them all down anyway. So I originally had to cut them down from what I measured them at anyway, because I went from the inside instead of the outside. And then I grabbed some of these little house kits. These also came from Dollar Tree. And I left one of the tree sets alone, and then I cut one of the other ones apart. I wanted the trees separate from each other, so I just kind of clipped them, and I paint these all black with my black chalk paint here. And I'm kind of showing you what I'm going to do with them here. I wanted to see if it showed up really well, and I do. So here I'm going to try starting to put my project together, and a lot of people like when I show my mistakes. So here is kind of where I started to realize that this wasn't going to work. I started with just hot glue, and I did try E6000 on this as well because it wasn't sticking. This is kind of a trial and error. So here I saw that it wasn't sticking. I tried my E6000. I cut a lot of this out because this was kind of a day project and it just was not working. I grabbed one of my sticks and just wasn't, you know, stuck it down and everything, and it just came right off. It just pulled right off. It just was not sticking to me at all. So I was trying to figure out what it was. And you can see I'm actually wearing different clothes. So here I went into the inside. So I cut them down, and I took some E6000 and some hot glue, and I glued them down to the inside. And I also grabbed some of these dowel rods that I got from Dollar Tree as well, and I'm gluing them down with hot glue on the inside as well, and pushing down for more security support to help keep those plastic pieces down. I do show you one piece just so you know what the heck I'm talking about, but you can kind of see what I'm doing anyway. So I put a strip of E6000 down, and then I do a strip of hot glue, and then my mat, and then another strip of hot glue, and then my dowel rod. And then I'm grabbing one of my little houses here, and then I'm just gonna stick this down against my little cutting mat. And then I decided to put a little tree next to it. And then I grabbed my painter stick, and I'm gonna glue this down beside it. And then glue the mat down to my painter stick. If you guys haven't been able to tell what I'm making here, I'm making a lantern. But I'm gonna make a silhouette, and I do leave that other piece open, that back end. I want to be able to make sure that I can put a candle in the back end. I do put hot glue on this one, but this one is a little too wide, so I had to trim down the ends down at the very bottom again, because it was just too wide for me to stick down there at the very bottom, but otherwise it fit. So here I'm just gluing that down, and I just keep going around and gluing my painter sticks to the corners. So I put a little hot glue at the corner of my first painter stick, and then glue the plastic cutting mat to the painter stick that I'm gluing down now. And I just keep going around. And I do have some excess at the top, as you can see there, and I take care of that after I get all of my support beams, like all of my painter sticks taken care of. I'll take care of all of that excess at the top, because we'll have to put our top on, our other topper on, after that's all taken care of. This end, I think I just put the tree at this end here. If I had another house, I probably could have put another tree or something back here, but here at the end here, I'm just taking, like, this is my X-Acto knife. Like, some of the spots got a little crooked. I think I took scissors at the very end of it. But here I'm seeing my top stick, and I just grabbed my hot glue, making sure it's lined up here. I just grabbed my hot glue. It's getting kind of a little blurry because of that sitting there, but I just sat it down and just kind of lined it up. And then I just kind of flipped it back over. And it turned out super cute, you guys. I really love this project. This is probably my favorite. I mean, it looks cute in the daytime. Here's with the candle in it. And I do have a picture of it in the final reveal of it light up. And here is our imagination, just our imagination thing. It's by Kathy Joe DIYs and Rustic and Lacey DIYs. Their stuff will be featured down below. And we're featured also by Craft Away with May. She won our challenge last time, so she is also going to be listed down below. And this is a playlist, you guys, so definitely go check out the playlist as well. But these guys are all wonderful ladies, and I would love it if you guys go and check out everyone. They're great people. Definitely go check them out. And I hope you guys all enjoy. So here's our second one. This is also, like I said, a challenge. We have 3 challenge items. The first challenge item that I had for you guys today was our cutting mats. Our second challenge item is a glass jar, which of course you see me here. I actually do 2 of these. I only show you one. Here I just got some wrapping paper, and I just cut a big chunk of wrapping paper. This actually got a little crooked, but it turns out fine. And I'm just Mod Podging down my wrapping paper. I really love this plaid wrapping paper, and I am just gonna make some cute little jars to set up with some really pretty greenery. I'm really into rustic and farmhouse style stuff, so that's my idea behind this. And so we're just gonna make some cute things with some mason jars. So I do 2 of them, like I said, and I only show one. They're the same thing. But our third object that's going to be in this challenge item, or challenge thing, is also plastic bottle caps. So that'll be our next challenge item, and I do 2 crafts with those as well, so prepared for those in our next 2 DIYs. So here I'm just Mod Podging down at the very bottom. I'm just basically doing this like a present, as you can see. I'm just folding it in. I was kind of concerned to see if it was going to actually make it unstable, but because this wrapping paper is so thin, it didn't. You can't even tell. And this is all going to be something that I do at my house, or keep at my place. It's not going to go anywhere, and it turned out just fine. So this wrap, or this ribbon, I've had in my stash. This actually came from like a blanket that I got from a present from some family member. It was a really snuggly blanket, and they had this on the wrap around it. It's very thick fabric, and I thought it was very pretty, so I kept it in my stash, and I'm using it up. I used it on both of these projects. So I used this one. I was just gonna kind of fold it around and see how I liked it, but I didn't like how it folded. It was just too thick. So I'm actually making it into a bow, and I'm just kind of folding it. You can't see it. It's got a little frame because I zoomed in too quick, you guys. So I apologize on that, but I'm just folding it over on itself. Kind of saw how I did it there. And then I just scrunch it in the middle. And then I'm just tying it with some jute twine. If you want me to show you how to do it in a separate bow video or something, I can show you. That's not a problem. But and then I just glued it right down to the top of that. And I just used the other for like the, what do you call them? The oh my gosh, I can't even think. Anyway, I grabbed some of this other ribbon, and I wanted to use that as an embellishment for around the middle. These little trees I have in my stash. I got these from 24 Hour Crafts. They're very inexpensive. They're only like, I don't know, 34 cents or something like that off of their website. I went on and ordered them. I stained them just a little bit with some antique wax, just enough that I had on my branch. And that's how they turned out, guys. And I just put some greenery in them. And DIY number 3. Here's some of my bottle caps that I had saved. 4 of those I put aside. They're a little bit thicker. And here I'm using some of this salt wash. I got this from Unicorn Dust Designs. And I'm using some Monet's Garden. It's a really dark green. It's from DIY. Now, I kind of screwed up on this when I added my salt wash, you guys. A salt wash is an additive, if you guys are not familiar with this, and always add your paint first and then add your salt wash, because I added way too much salt wash and then I just ended up wasting my salt wash, because otherwise you can get really too thick. And I also had it in a messed up little lid, and yeah, it just didn't work out. But anyway, I'm just kind of stippling on there. If you're not familiar with salt wash, though, it just gives you peaks and stuff. It's kind of more of a concrete finish instead of kind of more of a sandy finish. If you've used baking soda works just fine, but baking soda is kind of more of a sandy fixture instead of a concrete. So I like this stuff a lot better. That's just my opinion, but DIY paint is also from Sammy over at Unicorn Dust Designs. You can also get it over from Upcycled by Bree. This sign also came from the Dollar Tree and their Dollar Tree Plus section for $3. I stained it. Excuse me. I stained it with some antique wax. I'm using one of their little stem things from the Dollar Tree, and now I'm just trying to figure out my replacement. I'm just making a tree here. Just stacking my little bottle caps. And I had one extra left after after I got my stack up. Sorry, my throat's just really dry, you guys. I don't got anything to drink in here. But I end up having a little star from my Dollar Tree stash that I decided I was just gonna add up on the very top of my last bottle cap that I had. I figured since I painted it, I was going to use it. And then I just glued all these down once I found the placement that I liked. Once they were all glued and everything was good to go, I'm also using my golden rule. This is also from unicorndustdesigns.com. It's like a wax. It just gives it a very good shimmer, and I'm just using a little bit on my finger, and I'm just going over just to give it a little bit of embellishment. It just kind of brings out I like it on the peaks of this salt wash and stuff, just to give it a little bit of detailing. Out off camera, I grabbed some of these little or they're not beads, but they're little string things. You get these from Dollar Tree. I painted every other one of these. They're originally silver, but I painted some of these red. They're actually apple barrel paint by it's candy apple red by Apple Barrel. There we go. After I got my tree all finished, and got them all done, I just coordinated every other one. I tried to anyway. After I got that all finished, I thought I needed more stuff up at the top. It was just really plain. So I grabbed some of these greenery. This is from Amazon. I had it in my stash since last year. I think I bought it from last year on Amazon. I grabbed 2 of the picks for each side, and I just tied them together with some jute twine and just glued that down to the top there. I cut this ribbon and was trying to make a little bow out of it, and it just come too short, so I ended up cutting a bigger piece. I had this other ribbon and I wanted this one to be on top, so I wanted another ribbon on the bottom, or another bow on the bottom, so I kind of just measured it out. So sneak peek of the top ribbon. Anyway, so I just did the awareness bow, awareness ribbon, and I just basically scrunched it in the middle and tied jute twine in the middle and created my bow like that. And now I'm just fluffing it and making it the way I want it. I do the same thing for this one. Both of these ribbons, I believe, came from Hobby Lobby. Actually, no, I think this one actually came from Michael's, but this one's been in my stash for like 2 years. I don't use ribbon very often. If I do, it's very little ribbon. I use like little tiny bows on my stuff. I don't usually use big bows. If I do, it's very, very seldom. This one needed it, but... And I'm just gluing them down to the middle of the greenery. I do dovetail these. I had to really think about that one. Sometimes I can do it, and then sometimes I have to really think about my dovetailing. And then I just glue this one down to the middle of that, and I dovetail this one as well. I have to think about that one again. I was gonna mess it up. And then I glue down my little tails just to make sure that they don't fall in front of the tree. I'm adding a little bit of this greenery too. This stuff I think came from... Oh gosh, I don't know. This stuff might have came from Walmart. Or... Hobby Lobby maybe? I don't remember. And there you guys have it. DIY number 4. So I have this in my stash. I've had this in my stash for probably a while now. This I got from a thrift store. I have this scrapbook paper. And I'm going to make this out of a riser, or make this a riser for us. I just traced out this paper here, and I'm just going to cut it out. And then we're going to Mod Podge it. onto this little cutting board here. And I'm just going piece by piece. I do go this really slow. Take piece by piece here. If you do this and do a light coat, you usually don't get any wrinkles. And then, of course, my paper wasn't long enough, so I'm just piecing this together. And you can't even tell that it didn't go all the way. It pieced perfectly. I do give it a light coat over top of this as well. And then I will go over it with some sandpaper. To give all a fine edge. And to get all the excess paper off of it. And then I'm going to go in with some of these other bottle caps. These are actually from medicine bottle caps. So me and my husband have trouble sleeping at night, so we actually use some of the ZzzQuil to help us sleep. Not sponsored or anything, but highly recommend if you have trouble sleeping. And we just glue those right down. I do go in and paint them all black. Probably should have done it before I glued them down, but it is what it is. And once they're all all painted, all good to go. And there it is, guys. And now we're at the final reveal. Make sure you guys go down and check out the playlist and go over and check out Rustic and Lace DIY and Kathy Joe's channel and Craft Away with May. They are all wonderful gals, and everybody in the playlist are all wonderful people. Definitely worth checking out. Give them all a thumbs up and show them some love. Make sure you give me a thumbs up down there. Smash that like button. Give me a comment. Tell me what you guys think of these projects. Tell me which one was your favorite. I have to say mine probably was either that riser. I really love that paper. Or my my lantern. That one turned out so nice. It's really pretty when the lights are all shut off. I mean, it's gorgeous when the lights aren't shut off, but it's really pretty when the lights are shut off and everything. It's really pretty. I like them all, but I have to say that lantern is really pretty. So, anyway, thank you guys all for watching. And I appreciate every single one of you. If I don't tell you guys enough, thank you all. And God bless, and I will see you in the next one. I probably will not have one out for for Tuesday because I haven't had a chance to go craft anything. And I will probably have one out for Saturday. And God bless, and have a great week. Love you all. Bye-bye. That is so pretty. I had to say that, but it's so pretty at night. Bye, everybody.